All right, guys, we're back. Literally not even 5 minutes later, but let's do our little trade review. Um, I actually hopped in on one last trade.
I did some mining off stream.
Yeah, and I actually did catch the shorts I was looking for, and my dumbass re-entered for five more instead of taking five more, and I actually caught the move all the way to the bottom right here, and I'm up 344 for the day. I entered in a little bit heavy. I saw the triple rejection happening off Asia low, and I decided to go for it. On days like this, I mean, I will justify it because, man, you're not gonna get rangy volume days like this. This is my favorite. Um, I did end up losing a couple. It's just with these ranges, it's hard to determine to what part of the range is going to come back to. That's why you got to focus more on your entries than anything. But I mean, it was just a rangy day. You got to make sure your stops are set accordingly. If I set my stop up here, I would have at least gotten into a little bit more profit or something, or just got out of drawdown. But I did ended up getting up out right here after this break of overnight, and I did re-enter after this triple rejection off Asia low, and I did catch this downward swing as order books show that there were levels right about here, right? So do a little trade analysis. I did do more trades than I wanted to. Um, so we have this first one right here. I think average price was right about here, if I'm not mistaken. And then we did catch this, and then I think we broke even on this. Right. I think we broke even on this one, guys. And then we had this one right here. We had this short right here. Entered at the very tip top. Got out right here. That was a nice trade. I think the average price was right here, give or take. And then shorts right here as well. Aiming for the same thing. All right. Average price was right about here. And then our stop was right here, and our target was that low of day, which we couldn't break again, unfortunately. And all right, we got out. And then our last trade, our fourth and final trade, was right about here. It's that TikTok type of trade where really small stop loss, really big risk to reward ratio, right? So let's analyze this, right? Big bearish swing to the downside as we start the day, right? The thing about these bearish swings, I think they were just news related. I think because of the government shutdown that we're anticipating. It really just took us.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the price is climbing now. It's probably going to break opening range. That's not what we were expecting today.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Oh, shit. Maybe some news. Oh, maybe government didn't shut down. Did you check? News of government.
Rare military gathering. Trump addresses military.
Possible shutdown could have been the reason right. And then as well as staying under, and New York and overnight VWAP, right? Give us confidence to go short. Then we had order book levels down toward, I think it was about 24,700. Original target, obviously. And then multiple trades based off the rejection of overnight, right? Orders staying at overnight and took the rejection twice. Oh no. 3 times. And made profits. Right. That the only good part of today's trading, I would say, because I didn't like that I was re-entering at this low, seeing that we were bouncing up. I don't know why that I thought that was wise of me to do so. Because the only time we've seen real downside movement is right at this rejection at overnight, right? If I decided to enter here and we saw price come back up to here to Asia level, overnight level, all right, that's would be a better confluence to add in those orders or to re-enter the trade. Well, you're entering at this, right? You're looking at this premium, right? You're looking at from here. Oh, jeez, it's not letting me do it. Looking at this premium, right, area, and you're looking at this discount area, right? This is the zone you're playing in. Every time it comes into this zone, I should have just taken the short order and then got out anywhere near these areas, right? In this case, we do have higher lows, right? So I should have taken account for that. But I'm just lucky to make profit on the day, considering I noticed that at the last second that it's going to probably reject this one last time, since the orders were to the downside right about here. And then we had reformed orders at 24,700. But I mean, it was just, I don't know. We're going to put a little star. Felt a little tilty today. Tilt today was not wise to take for 4 or 5 setups. It just wasn't. It was not
6,
wise to do.
Setups.
You?
Huh?
I only have 4 or 5 setups.
I'm joking.
Oh.
6, 7 setups.
6 setups. Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, I can't complain about today because I did end up green, luckily, but I did break my trading rules, right? The last 2 days, I've been feeling a little bit more tilty, but it's not like the tilt you guys are thinking. It's not that like I want to overtrade completely. It's just I know this type of market so well that I want to be able to catch every opportunity, right? I haven't seen it in a while. I'm still getting used to it, but I mean, on these days, dude, I'd be ending green 90% of the time. You cannot saba. These are my favorite days. Just high volume bursts of ranging movement. That is my favorite thing to do. It's my favorite thing to trade. And sometimes like I have to justify it. I'm not going to get days like this often, and I know I can profit on these days, as I did yesterday and as I did today, right? I might end up a little bit in drawdown, which was right. I ended up drawdown right here, but I saw this rejection. It's just that range, man. Those ranging markets, they'll give you the exact clues you want. And I'm like, I'm going to take one last trade, and that put me in full profit. I made back my full 300, and then I had an extra 344, right? It's just because the volume is so good on these days. I mean, just a single leg move is almost 100 points. I mean, how can you not take advantage of that, right? Yes, it was not wise to take as many trades. but I felt like it was necessary in this case, right? The first trade I took, it reversed and I ended up in a loss because I re-entered down here. That was mistake number one. And then I re-entered down here and I was in profit. I should have got out here, right? That was ultimately the plan, is to get off with whatever $100 win. I was maybe up like $200 at one point, but it just spiked me out at break even or whatever it was, right? Price came back up. It never came down to those levels, so it was wise to get out at that time. But I mean, just taking shorts right here and re-adding here, I mean, that wasn't a wise idea, right? I think I took short right here and took short right here and took me out, and then I re-entered as we got into that better price level and finally got that full win. Right? It's not going to be perfect, right? I didn't take big losses today, right? $300 loss is perfectly fine with me, right? And for me to re-enter on that, I mean, this is also a combine too, guys. It's not an actual funded account, right? I bought the combine. I'm trying to just get back onto just winning, just getting winning days every day, right? And it just, on these days, why not? I'm just trying to crank this thing out. If I know that there's going to be another fucking move and I see that order book flip, I'm going to take that move every single time. Like, even if it's against my plan, which it is, but it's a combine, right? It's a combine, so it's justifiable. And at the same time, I mean, I just want to crank this thing out, right? I was in drawdown. I saw the last move. I took the last move.
What is going on?
Right. Should have we been long today? That's also a great question. I didn't think so. There was no reason for us to be long today. We have constant rejections of overnight, constant rejections down to New York. It just never wanted to break and finally spiked upward. I mean, I don't know what the order book is showing. I mean, here, we'll do a little side by side of the order book. And my order book froze. Okay. Right. I mean, look how many downside movements we had. I mean, look at all that. Oh, those were all levels that were wanted to be reached. And we had some levels up here, but they weren't really great. They kept disappearing, kept re-entering in, right? Now we have levels to the upside. Now it's the time to justify longs. Do I want to get in long? Yeah, I would probably wait for this medium price level to hit, and then I would target this 24,900 level, right? Maybe not, because they're all algo levels, but yeah. But you guys just have to use your own style method to figure out days like these, right? A lot of people struggle in days like this, but if you just simplify it, it's ranging, so expect pullbacks. And I mean, it's, if you want to target bigger moves, you have to add in some more size, right? You put in 2 contracts right here, target this level. Down here you make like $200, sure. If you enter in for 4, you got to make sure your risk is asserted, right? That's the one thing I didn't like about today, is that I didn't analyze risk well. I did not analyze risk well. Could have limit losses by a lot, right? I mean, if I just limited those losses too, right? If I entered in for 2 and then I really found that retrace I liked and then re-entered in, that would have been a wiser idea, right? Or enter in for 1, I saw this retrace, maybe enter in for 1 again, and then obviously get taken out. That would have been a smarter idea, but I just didn't analyze that risk well. Once it broke that New York, I should have been out, lost that whatever $80-$90 on those 4 contracts, and then re-entered right here. If I took a loss, take that $100 loss, and then I would have got that big ass win, and I would have been up like 600 for the day, right? Analyzing your risk on what you're willing to risk on every single trade is the most important thing, right? Even though I did keep the risk low, I didn't risk more than like $200-$300 per trade. But at the end of the day, I didn't really want to risk that. I wanted to risk 50, 100, $150, right? Because I knew I was going to take more trades today because I saw that range. Right? If that range is set, I want to be able to take more trades because I think I can target them a lot easier than if it's just like a one impulse move, right? And you want to get in the move late. So, I mean, it just depends on your style of trading, right? To some, this might look unwise, but to me, I mean, I end up green 90% of the time on these days. These are my favorite days. This was all last month. All last month we had just big impulsive moves. And guess what? My win rate was 70% on those days. 80%, right? There was one week that I had a 90% win rate. I won 10 trades in a row without taking a loss. I mean, yes, if I fixed my tilting problem a little bit, because I did tilt, and I'm not going to lie that I say I didn't. But if I fix that, I'm back to that 90% win rate. I guarantee you. All right, so I'm going to save this, and I'm going to add it to my TradeZilla. I'm going to post it in the chat if you guys want to see it. All right, it's in posted. I'm going to end the stream now after I add in my trades. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. Hope you have a good one. I'm going to end the stream. And we're going to come back tomorrow even stronger. Try to tackle what it looks like just to be the emotionality aspect of my trading. All right.